Go.
Are you serious? It's been that long?
Yes, I'm serious as I'm introducing episode number 20 of Sultans of Swap.
That's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing.
It is, man. Guys, we're back. It's been July 17th. That's what we're talking about. It's been a long time. But this is our platinum show right here.
20th episode.
Yeah, our platinum episode, 20th episode. I'm Brian, joined by Edwin Anderson. How are you, sir?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Beautiful and sunny Florida, right?
Not today. It's a little rainy. But,
a little rainy, but still basking in the glow of his new Cal Ripken Jr. purchase.
There you go.
You can see it. So we're going to talk about that. From the Sports Card Investor Mansion, Yanni Foosball, Johnny Hollywood, John Anthony. How are you, sir?
What's up? What's up?
We're going to have to give you some more names. I like how it's Sunday and you got the Eagles flat brim on, dude. You are flying high. The Eagles are flying high, dude.
You know it.
They crushed my Pittsburgh Steelers. It's actually been a rough week. I mean, Eagles fans are so obnoxious, but it's unbelievable. Like, they beat the Steelers. I feel like you guys won the Super Bowl or something. It was amazing. There she is.
Say hi.
Two Toes. What's going on?
Say hi.
Hi, Two Toes.
Say hi, Brian.
Good morning.
Hi, Edwin. Hey, will you say hi?
That was a good hi. I heard it. It was a very early morning. She's in for a long day of football. Hello.
Yeah, look, we're obnoxious. We're just I wouldn't call us obnoxious. I call us passionate. That's a much more positive term. I mean, a man like yourself, the politician in you, isn't that the term you should use?
Oh, yes.
Passionate.
Yes, they're passionate fans. They're not the least bit delusional. It's all good.
I love it.
No, it's going to be fun. So we kind of just started. We didn't even do what we were going to talk about today kind of thing leading up, but I know what I wanted to lead off with, which was, you guys all saw the Honus Wagner sold, right?
The oversized one.
The oversized, $3.18 million.
They actually thought it was going to go for like $5 million, if I'm not mistaken. Am I correct?
They did, but that's actually not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is the LeBron James one-of-one logo man rookie
from Ultimate Collection
for $312,000. I mean,
it's basketball, man.
No, see, you're going to say this, and you're going to get to it, but I posted on one of the Facebook things earlier. That sale right there is enough for me to say, this era, not the junk era. Because, dude, if someone's paying $312,000 for a modern card, this ain't the junk era.
I don't think anybody ever thought this was the junk era. I think it was more like,
but dude, come on, you hear it, you see it. Edwin, you know what I'm talking about.
I mean, part of it, though, basketball card collecting fans are nuts. They're just nuts. They're maniacs, and they go after these crazy cards.
I mean, think about it, Edwin. How the Ripken that you just acquired? How many of them are there like totally known? If you had a guess,
I don't know. I mean, probably less than 50.
Less than 50. This is probably, you can probably count on one hand how many times this card has ever popped up, and it may never pop up again. You know what I mean? What if the guy has the exquisite? Like, he's the best player of our generation, and Jordan wasn't my generation, so
it's like the Jordan card of our generation.
Yeah, it is. Look what the Kobe Bryant Topps Chrome refractors in high grade are like astronomical, and the card's not even signed. What would the card go for if it was signed? You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll never pop up again, and it's basketball, man. That's the only way you can explain it. It's crazy.
Out of all of that, all I got is that I'm old, because Michael Jordan is absolutely my generation.
Unbelievable.
But I heard the rest of what you said, and Edwin, you said it. Basketball is just crazy, and maybe that's the case. I mean, I guess my first realization of basketball being crazy was base Steph Curry rookies going for $500 during that run, and I know it evened out, and they've come down a little bit. But still, man, there's a lot of money flowing in basketball. Edwin, what's the name of the gentleman that always writes those articles for Forbes? Really, David Seidemann. Really nice guy. I don't know if you guys know him, but he posts on, a variety of Facebook groups, and he writes for Forbes. And, he was kind of obviously for Ken Golden plugging that Wagner, get interest, put the word out, all that different kind of stuff. But one of the things I said to him was that there's so much new money in terms of like high-end buyers particularly in like Silicon Valley, that's what's kind of boomed the vintage market because guys are looking to make money off of that. But man, especially the foreign, the Chinese, the Asian market has really boomed basketball. Man, those prices are out of control. But I don't know. I not that I ever thought that this era was the junk era. I just thought it's not going to be able to reach the heights of what vintage was. But this sale makes me think it is possible, man. It really does. Like, dude, I'm ready to go buy some Logo Mans now. I'm just saying. Like, I saw that sale and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should start getting Logo Mans of these rookie guys when they come out.
Yeah, but here's the thing, man. If you did that with baseball, it wouldn't be the same. Like,
No, I agree.
You know, it's just basketball, man, because there's so many people. It's such a broad spectrum of collectors, domestically, internationally, far more than baseball, man. And they're willing to spend the money. They have all the money, man. It's like, you know, common autographs in these high-end sets are like $50-$60. What do you do if you pull a Corchino out of National Treasures RPA? I
know what you do with it. You throw it in the Christmas tree.
Yeah, you put your coffee cup on it. Like, seriously. In basketball, they're still $50 or $60, you know?
Yeah.
It's just, you know, I think basketball has the most pure modern collectors left.
That may be true.
And I think that's why we see the prices the way we do.
Edwin, do you have any basketball cards?
I have some, but nothing notable. I mean, most of it's been acquired through making purchases for Cal Ripkins, and they just kind of come along with them.
I bought my first basketball card.
Who is it?
It's a 91 Fleer Michael Jordan Pro Vision.
No, he didn't buy it. He found it in some guy's dime box, and the guy said, "Take it, get away from me."
No, I bought this because I have the 91 baseball Pro Visions. I love them, man.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're worthless. We all agree, like, that's not the thing. But, dude, like, that's my childhood right here.
Yeah.
This 91 Pro Vision. So that's my first basketball card, and I want to see what it spawns. It may spawn me getting into basketball. So you got the first heads up. What am I looking at there?
Here's one of my prizes. I actually pulled this card. Karl Anthony Towns from Select. It's a die cut auto, numbered to 10, and it gemmed. The cool thing about this card, look at all the edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, 6. You know, it's really cool card.
Now let me ask you about a player like Karl Anthony Towns, though. Now, like LeBron, transcendent player, you know, wins his championships in Miami, comes back to Cleveland, wins one there. He will forever, dude. He could die tomorrow, and he would freaking be, you know, a legend for all times. So I get that, but a player like Towns playing in Minnesota, he's obviously a good player, but you know, what's the potential there? Like, there's got to be a little bit of a ceiling on a guy like him, no?
See, here's the funny thing. The part of your statement that interested me the most is playing in Minnesota. That statement does not apply to basketball. We could say playing in Golden State when referencing Steph Curry. Yeah. It's a small market. We could have said playing in Cleveland for LeBron James, small market. You know what I'm saying? The market is completely irrelevant in basketball, man. Do you remember 2 years ago what Anthony Davis stuff did? It was. I
don't. So, but that's what I'm saying. Educate me.
It was insane. I mean, base autographs were doing what Steph Curry was doing. And this was all leading into a season where he was predicted to be the MVP. They were predicted to make the playoffs, like all this stuff. You know, he's the next, not Bill Russell, but he's the next dominant center, like, all these things.
And then he got hurt.
Then he got hurt, exactly. But, man, Towns has all the talent in the world. He's got more talent than Davis. This guy actually he can score offensively. He's got an offensive game.
This is a really dumb question. Who is Devin Booker?
Plays for the Suns, also from the University of Kentucky, played on the same team as the Kitty Cat.
Is he a rookie or did he play last year?
No, he played last year. That was his rookie year.
Okay, this is honestly, I watch like the NBA playoffs and like I, kind of like trade baseball cards and watch basketball during the season. I had no idea who Devin Booker was, and I saw his card selling for hundreds of dollars, and I'm like, who is this guy?
Yeah,
but that's what I mean about basketball cards. Like, that's crazy. It's a guy. Like, I'm a pretty big sports fan, man. I'm not a huge basketball fan, but I mean, I get it. But I had no idea who the guy was, and his cards were selling for hundreds. And they were selling for more than a Chris Bryant auto, which I'm sure everyone knows and it collects baseball cards. It just kind of struck me as crazy, man.
Yeah, it's the one sport, man, where when you hit in basketball, think about that. I want you to think about this for a second. It doesn't matter what the basketball brand is, and it doesn't matter who the rookie is. If you exclude Mike Trout, actually, you know what? I retract that statement. In 2009, if they made a, say, flawless baseball or National Treasures baseball, the Trout rookie wouldn't sell for $2,500. His rookie autograph in 2009, it wouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? My point is, you see these National Treasures RPAs numbered to 99, $2,000, $3,000 in basketball. It's unbelievable.
They do make flawless baseball now.
I know. I love that card too. By the way, I hate you for that,
dude. I was so happy that they came out with a flawless baseball product.
Yo, let me see that again, one more time. Wow.
Yeah, man.
That's really nice.
I got super stoked. Now, Edwin, you got the crown jewel of your collection, and we were talking about this a little bit before you came on, Johnny. So, like, that is probably one of the more expensive cards that I own. Most of the cards, the most expensive cards I have are like $300, $400, $500, but I have a bunch of them, right? And then, like, Edwin, he got, the best. Well, not the best. You're telling me there's one that's better, which kind of makes me laugh, Edwin. Is there one that's better?
No. This is the.
This is the crown jewel.
Yeah.
So Edwin gets the crown jewel of his collection, right? And I said that it freaked me out a little bit to have cards that were worth that much money. And I don't know why. Now, that's not like a personal thing, but I don't know, man. Edwin, you got an amazing Ripken collection. It's incredible. I don't know, man. I'd have to have that thing under lock and key. I think if I were you.
Yeah.
But you don't have any kids, so you don't have to worry about their friends coming and stealing them or anything.
No, it's definitely well protected. That's for sure.
It's well protected. I'm sure there's a home security system, I would imagine.
Oh, definitely. A couple of them.
Yeah, a couple. I knew you were going to go there with that. That's what I was going to try and say. But Johnny, I know you're mostly in the selling business, but you got a little bit of a PC going there. Where do you land on like the high dollar cards? I mean, do you love them? Is it something you want to keep around the house? What do you do?
I love them, man. I love. See, I do like them, but I'm more into the unique stuff. Like, the set that I collect, and there's cards in there, there's autographs in there that are $15 and $20. And it's funny. I was having a conversation with the guy this morning, and it's like I would get the same enjoyment out of trading for like a $15 common mini Minoso National Treasures notable nickname, because that's the set that I'm in love with, as I would trading for another Jordan rookie or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I did add this to my collection a few weeks ago. I pulled it and bought it from the guy, and it is a Willie Mays bat knob.
There you go, buddy.
And the thing that I love about this card is I love the PSA sticker right on it.
Right on it. I've seen that a little bit.
Yeah.
A few times. That is really nice, man. That is a really nice card. I was hoping you were going to pull me a bat knob the other night, but it wasn't meant to be.
Wasn't meant to be.
They're very, very hard to pull.
Yo, let me ask you guys a question. When do you think they started doing bat knobs? Do we know? Was it 2 years ago?
Oh, I thought you were asking me a trivia question like you knew the answer. No, dude, they had bat knobs. What?
I'm trying to think of the earliest ones.
506? You think so?
Right. I'm going to have to Google it.
I was thinking a little bit later than that, but I can't remember. I'm trying to remember the first time I ever saw a bat knob. What product that was? Wasn't that? It was probably like a National Treasures or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I was.
It was probably Immaculate. I think Immaculate probably had the first ones, right?
So it had to only be like 3 or 4 years ago, right?
Yeah. Well, I see. All right. Well, 2012. We can go out of that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to eBay and just look for bat knobs and see what pops up.
Yeah.
I typed in bat knob and there are no for sale listings. That's interesting.
Well, yeah, that was kind of my next point. Like, I'm wondering if these bat knobs part of the reason I'm stashing this. And there's actually a guy in one of the Facebook groups that we're in that has another Willie Mays. Did you see his post?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I think in Cardboard Obsession.
Why do I feel like there were bat knobs? But dude,
yeah, I don't think so, man.
Wait. 2005 Topps Pristine Power Core Rafael Palmeiro bat knob, but that's bullshit. That's not even a real thing. So many scammers, man.
Like, I wonder what they used to do. I wonder if back in the day when they were making the bat relic cards, if they just used to put the bat knob in as like a regular bat relic, never making any note that it was the bat knob.
I remember seeing like barrels and stuff, bat barrels,
Yeah.
early on, but I don't think they really started that until, I don't know. I mean,
you got to think on a guy like Mays, how many bats are there left out there for them to have bat knobs?
No, I agree with that. Well, that's what I was saying about Babe Ruth pinstripes, is that the companies are actually buying back cards so they can put them in newer products.
Right.
Like, no joke, because the pinstripe Yankee Babe Ruth uniforms are dried up. Or that's the rumor. But even if they found one in someone's attic in Baltimore or New York or whatever, what are the odds it would end up back in a baseball card product? So those pinstripe Babe Ruth jerseys have really been going up. But I think the same thing about the bat knobs, man. I mean, I can't imagine that there's too many left. Like, I got a Shoeless Joe Jackson from SP Legendary Cuts. It's just a bat relic. And there's not a lot of those out there because there's not a lot of Shoeless Joe Jackson bats left to be made. I don't know, man. I always feel like somehow, some way this stuff turns up, though. Like, not to be a skeptic. I'm just saying, there's fines all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think we're ever going to – I mean, let's say you found – don't you think it would be pretty significant if you found 5 Willie Mays game-used bats? You know what I'm saying? Like,
even don't you think Willie Mays has some game-used bats?
Maybe, man. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of these guys, like, maybe they sell their stuff. Maybe they didn't care. I really don't know. I know he's not a very nice person to meet, so who knows? I mean, maybe he just didn't care. Maybe he only has a couple that, are of true significance to him specifically. I don't know.
Yeah, well, this is a very inappropriate question, but what is that, something like that Willie Mays bat knob run? I don't even know.
I can't find anything. I mean, I can tell you this: the guy that I talked to wanted $9,000 for his.
Oh my god!
That's what he told me. I thought it was a $3,000 card. That would have been my guess. He told me he wanted $9,000, and I said, "Well, I think I'm out. I think you got to take my name off the list."
Yeah. Well, so that Willie Mays that you have, is that yours?
Yeah.
You bought it.
Yes.
Okay. I know you didn't pay $9,000 for it. Jesus.
No.
How much break credit did you have to get away?
A lot. Yeah, a lot. I'm doing work. I've relocated. My episodes are now being done at this gentleman's house. Yeah.
No, I've seen like the Stan Musial. Like, I've seen bat knobs go for 2 to 3. 9 seems high.
Yeah, it seems really high, but
9 seems high.
I can't see paying. I can't see paying more for the card with the bat knob than actually paying for a bat, like a whole bat by itself.
Yeah,
dude, a bat is. You think a Willie Mays bat's only $9,000?
No. I'm just saying. I can't see paying for bat knob cards when you can buy the whole damn bat for the same price.
Well,
that's a very good question, and what it makes me think about is why I tend to prefer getting the older player relics, like a Williams, like a DiMaggio, guys like that. And don't get me wrong, I got tons of new stuff, but I like getting the oldie timers because I just know they're not going to be around for that much longer, man. Because they were throwing uniforms out.
But Edwin, I'll answer your question with a question. My response to you would be, you buy a lot of the Cal Ripken autographs in new products, right?
Not necessarily. I mean, if it's a good deal on it, I'll take it, but I don't chase them.
Okay, but here's my point. There are people that are going to pay significantly more for a sticker autograph, and the card says 1 of 1 instead of /199 or /49.
Right.
It's the same sticker that he saw. You know what I'm saying? That's, I don't know. It's just people's preference, man. I think it's an ego thing, man. They like seeing that one of one. They like knowing that they're the only person that has that card. Nobody else can have it. And
yeah, I agree with you on that 100%, man. Like,
Yeah.
I've always felt that way about, like, well, this is why I do the strata sets. And that's why they're my favorite thing, because the patches I get on them are like the sleeves. It'll be of like the All-Star game, you know, whatever, as opposed to, you know, a one-of-one of some, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, especially a one-of-one, not even a sticker autograph, like the one-of-one, like that is kind of what happened to printing plates, though, man.
Oh, that is well, but they were never really one of ones, though. There was always
No, they were
of them.
four.
Yeah.
CYMK, and that, yeah, but that's what I mean. Printing plates. I mean, I've only been back in this for a couple years. When I got back into the hobby, printing plates were like a really big deal. Now they're like $20.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, they really
Even
fell
for
off.
like a really good player.
The thing that they're doing with them now is they're chopping up the printing plates and putting them inside of the cards as a relic, you know, and as a variation. And, you know, they're trying to put a different spin on it, which I don't think is so bad.
What was the product where they did that? I remember that, where Triple Threads does that with the white whales, where they, you know, they put the patch in there and they put the. I like that. I mean, that's pretty cool.
I love that. They do this year in particular, transitioning into that. I think this is the nicest Triple Thread set that they've issued. These booklets, man, and I haven't been fortunate enough to pull one. God, they're really nice.
The decas or just
just in general, man. The patches on these things are crazy. They really stepped their game up for this. They really went over the top.
Edwin, you getting any of the new Triple Threads?
I'd like to. That
was a big
I haven't
sign.
yet.
That was a big sign. Like, you just spent a lot of money on a card or something.
No. I've been contemplating, waiting because, the 5-star product's coming out and, here shortly. So I wasn't too sure, Triple Threads or 5-star. 5-star has always been pretty good.
I like 5-star better than Triple Threads, man.
I do too, because it's all on card, but it's just people love those. They love all the relics. They love the unique sayings. They love, they love the parallels. They love being able to put together those rainbows. They love all the other things that are included in there, like cuts, like booklets. It's just, I was reading a guy the other day. He said, me and my wife, since 2006, Triple Threads has been out. We've done a 9-box case every single year.
I saw that. And they opened it with their kid this year.
Yep. And
that's pretty cool, man.
That is cool. I mean, yeah. So some people just really love the product. I like it. It's really cool. But I'm definitely more of a 5-star tier 1, even more so than museum guy, because they're on card. I love
the thing about it is, as a general card collector, because a lot of people. I mean, I do collect Cal Ripken, but I also collect baseball cards in general.
Yeah.
And I'd much rather dump my money into tier 1 or 5-star and cherry pick the Triple Threads. So
I cherry pick everything, but I tend to agree with that. I wish 5-star would go back to their old format, though, man.
The 6 cards.
Yeah, dude, how cool were those 2014s that you busted?
It is hands down the best bang for your buck humanly possible right now.
I loved it.
See, but this is the reason that they're still available. The reason that they're still available is because there wasn't the love for that format. They were really expensive cards in 2014, man.
They were.
So, back then you're talking about the price of a National Treasures box, and Topps 5-star was a newer thing. It didn't really have the love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they went to the 2-card pack, and it took off again. So I personally, what I really want to do, Johnson, you can probably do this. I want to go back and see what 2014 one-of-ones have actually been sold on the internet. Because I'm telling you, I think a lot. I don't think very much of this product was open. I don't think it was very well received initially. I think this product is absolutely loaded, and you're getting it at a discounted price from when it was initially released.
I'm looking, man. I only have a few of 2014 5-star that are mine. They're all cherry-picked, but I don't have any one-on-ones.
Do you know that they have football players in there too, man? Tom Brady is a national. Why he's on the Nationals, I can't figure that out. Why wouldn't this guy be on the Red Sox?
I don't know.
Marino's on the
Was that
Royals.
card pulled, though, or no?
I haven't pulled one. No, but I think there's like 10 or 25 of them or something.
That's what I'm saying. I wonder how many of those have actually.
Yeah.
So I'd never heard of it, man. Actually, I take that back. I did see the Elway.
Elway,
Think about
Marino.
it. I saw the Elway 5-star for the Yankees.
Yep. You've seen the Marino before too.
Probably. I don't think that Elway was a 101. I think Elway signed a bunch.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, it's just that was really terrific what they did in that set. Plus the knobs, plus the barrels. Really great set.
I don't know. We'll have to see. Dude, I hate that 2-card format.
Tell me why. You're not against tier 1, are you? You like tier 1?
Tier 1, dude. I have such because Supreme is 2 cards.
But so Strata.
Yeah, but dude, I don't buy boxes of Strata. I wait for everyone else to open it up and pull all the plain relics out so I can buy the good ones.
Well, that's so nice of you to say, Brian. Thank you.
No, dude, look,
I know. I'm breaking.
I don't think I'm gonna kill breaking all by my lonesome here. I think breaking is doing just fine. Hey, I was in a break the other night, so be good. Now, to get back,
and you got 2 hits,
and I got 2 hits. Now, my point about Strata is that of the relics I bought that are really nice, 5, 6 colors, unique patches, everything else, every single one that I have bought has cost less than a box.
Unbelievable.
And that is what drives me crazy, man. It drives me crazy that the nicest card, if you opened 30 boxes, I bought it for $65. I mean, that's damn, man. It makes it. That's why I hate the format, though, because I understand how they have to make the products. Not every box is going to have a 101 in it. I get that, but dude, it's just crushing to spend $90 and get Niger Morgan and someone else. Sorry to Niger Morgan. I only named him because I pulled a Niger Morgan out of Supreme.
You don't like Jan Gomes?
Yes, Jan Gomes and Yimi Garcia.
I have to tell you, this was hilarious. So the other day, during one of our Triple Threads breaks, I'm streaming to 2 places, and I'm not very technologically inclined, to put it kindly. So what I thought I pulled a Ryan Braun 1 of 1 in the last pack, and I was so excited that I put it in the top loader, and I stopped the feed was still going on the regular video through breakers, but the Facebook feed had ended and I had to restart, and I'm like, sorry, I forgot the last card's here. I forgot to show it. It's on the other video. It was, sure enough, it was Jan Gomes. Freaking Jan Gomes pop. He's so bad he didn't even want me to show him in the video. That's how bad he is. I got a telepathic message from Donald Trump that said, don't show this card. You're going to devalue your video.
Yes. Devaluation.
Unbelievable. This guy's in Triple Threads. I got a knot in my stomach from that.
Now, I've seen some really amazing cases of Triple Threads get opened, and I've also seen some stinkers. I know they're out there, and that's how it's lined up, man. But, I guess that's always my point that I make during every one of our conversations is, dude, I can't spend $1,200 on a case. Is that how much a case is for 9 boxes? $1,500? $1,800? It's $1,800. $1,600 for 9 boxes of cards. And, dude, I open them all up, and I just, Yimi Garcia.
That's what makes breaks so great. My beef would be this. My beef is, where is the quality control when there's literally no joke? There was a break with 5 Decas in 1 9-box case.
No, come on.
Swear to God, man. 5 Decas in 1 9-box case.
Now come on.
How does that happen?
That should never happen.
Wow.
Exactly.
Well, congratulations to somebody.
Yeah.
How come I can't get a case like that?
I know.
No kidding.
Yo, you guys probably remember last year, our first 3 or 4 cases, no kidding. There were 3 or 4 1 of 1s in each one. I don't know if it was short print. I don't know, but it was loaded. This year has not produced the monsters that we got last year. We did hit a Deca last year, but 5 Decas in 1 9-box case, man, that's crazy.
That seems. Edwin, how did you do on? I remember vaguely. You did pretty well on your museum. You bought 2 cases, right?
Yeah, I usually do a case or 2 each year of the museum. I'd like that product. I mean, as John mentioned, though, there's a scattering of sticker and on-card autos in there. So, I think the stickers kind of turn people down, but I like it.
No, but you did well on your cases, though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You didn't get 5 decas, but
no. I mean, but the thing about the case of museum collection is, you're going to get a framed, auto in there. You're going to get a jumbo sticker auto card. I mean, you're guaranteed a certain number of hits.
Yeah, but that's a good point that you brought up. Museum is fairly well collated, I find. Like, John, would you agree? Like, you broke some museum. Like Edwin's saying, it's pretty standard. Like, this is what you're going to get. Obviously, triple threads, if they're doing that, that's not the case at all. No pun intended.
Great point. I was chatting with another guy that does case breaks, and he said he did 2 or 3 cases that did not have a 1-on-1 in them. Like, none,
Oh,
zero.
wow.
None. And you're supposed to be guaranteed.
Yep. I thought you were getting 1 white whale.
Well, it doesn't have to necessarily
or
be
a wood. Or
Correct.
a wood.
Yep. Plus a triple.
Wow.
And he said he did 3 cases. There was no 1-on-1.
Now, that's interesting. I wonder, I mean, I know they probably don't care at all, but I mean, it happens sometimes. Like, John, you break so many boxes. I know there are some times where you'll bust a box. It says you're going to get 3 autographs and you only get 2. Just Topps, what do they do for you on that?
Well, it helps a lot now that we have the videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
So now they can't. I'm sure people back in the day would call and say they didn't get this or they didn't get that and whatever. But now that we have the video, I email them the video if there's something that's missing and say, look, here, you can see it right here.
Yeah, and they replace it.
Yeah, they give you something. I mean, it's nothing major, but they give you something. The thing that bothers me is it's like that Sonny Gray autograph that you're sending me. How do we know it wouldn't have been a Bryce Harper? How do we know it wouldn't have been a Mike Trout? So, how does Sonny Gray make up for it?
Oakland Athletics, Sonny Gray. He probably does not.
Right? Yeah, exactly. I mean,
he probably does not. All right. Well, between July 17th and today, we certainly missed some time.
This can't happen again, man. Seriously, I was sick about this. I don't even know if that was recorded when you started it. I was sick. I'm sick.
Yeah. It's been a long time. So I told Edwin before you got on my recent purchases in that time. I finally bought my first pre-word cards, John.
You did?
And they're not 206s. It's they're called 1943 M&P R302s. So it's Joe DiMaggio and Mel Ott and Jimmy Fox.
So where were those? How would one acquire those cards back in the early 1900s?
They were given away at carnivals.
Okay.
They were like promotional things for carnival shows, and I mean that's what I think is cool about it, man. Like I didn't have any pre-war cards. I was going to buy 206s. I went to my LCS. I saw these. I was like, "What the hell are these?" I looked them up online. They're not, incredibly valuable. I mean, it's a couple $100, but I thought they were cool. So I think I'm diving in finally to a little bit of pre-war. We'll see how it goes. Not that I'm souring on vintage, but like I noticed with vintage, I got to the point where I was like, all right, I got a Ryan rookie, I got a Koufax rookie, I got a Clemente rookie, I got, whatever. And then I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, minus the 52 Topps Mantle and the 51 Bowman. What else can you really get? Like, what are you chasing after?
Do you have the patience to build a set?
I've built a few sets. I've built 2 1971 top sets with the black borders, just because they're sentimental to me for whatever. But can I build a set? I mean, I enjoy building. I enjoy doing the Strata ones. I enjoy doing those 70s ones, but it's not something I want to chase all the time, man. I mean, not really. That's not really what I get out of it. I'd rather chase nifty patches.
Yeah.
I just think they're more fun. in general. I just think they're more fun.
That's cool.
But that's it, man. That's all I've really been up to since that time is just, going to the card shop and doing what I normally do and whatever else. But we can't miss that many days again.
I agree.
We're going to have to keep it going. Anything else going on there, Mr. Edwin?
Not too much. I did get a mail day from Topps finally. Speaking of Strata, I know you like these things.
There you go. Oh, that's the newer ones, right?
Yeah.
Who is it?
16. Ripken. Come on, who is it?
Yeah, but I'm still waiting on one. I pulled a 2015 Topps High Tech Ricky Henderson, and I don't think I'm gonna get that one.
Why not?
Because I've already seen them on eBay, and I don't have one yet. And
I gotcha.
I called them, and they kind of give you the runaround the first time, so we'll see. And I mean, I put this Ripken in, way after. This is a whole year after, so.
Well, people give me their nightmare stories about redemptions, and I'm not going to pretend I put in a couple hundred a year. I mean, I might do 10 or 15, but I've never had a problem.
Right. I never had a problem until now. This is the first time.
The longest I ever had to wait was on Steven Matz from Strata, and it took 7-8 months. So this year I actually purposefully decided to not do the autograph set because I don't want to wait on the redemptions because it was killing me to
yeah, there's a lot of guys who won't even pull. They won't even buy a redemption card unless it's already redeemed. You know what I mean? There's a lot of folks that just won't do it because one, you don't know the quality of the autograph you're going to get, or the patch. And to be honest with you, you can wait a long time for something that may or may not come through. So
I mean, I get redemptions, but I mean, are they really that necessary? I mean, not that you guys know that, but I'm just asking a hypothetical question. Are the redemptions that necessary?
I mean, I think they should take it out for the simple, unless it's for something super crazy. Like if it was for a big item that you couldn't put in a pack, yeah, I get it, right? You're going to redeem it. They're going to give you a autographed baseball card glove. But otherwise, they're selling product that they basically don't have at this point. They're pre-selling, they're pre-giving away stuff, and it may or may not come through.
Well, which is weird because Kenta Maeda was a redemption in all the early products, but he's live in triple threads. How's that possible?
Right.
That's
the one thing I just don't like. Is they're basically giving you a redemption for product they don't have because they're waiting on the person to sign or send back the stickers or to have that session or whatever the case may be. But they don't have the product in hand when they give out the card, and that's what burns up a lot of collectors.
I wish I could remember the number, but this reminded me. I saw a video of John Cena of WWE fame signing autographs for an autograph session. And he was signing pictures, and I believe he signed, I could be wrong, 30,000 pictures in an hour and 20 minutes. And I was like, man, that must be what these top signings are like. They just give them sheets of stickers and they just are putting them on there. That's why I appreciate some of the old timer guys a lot because they actually still take the time to sign their name instead of I don't know if you guys are wrestling fans or whatever, but if you've ever seen John Cena's autograph, the one thing about it is the pen never leaves the paper, right? So he puts it on there and he, flicks his wrist around and that's a signature and he can get it done in 3 seconds. And so they keep putting a sheet in front of him and someone else is taking it away, man. And he motors through these things in an hour and 20 minutes. So I don't know. That just kind of reminded me of the redemption thing, right? These guys go in for a couple hours and they sign so many autographs. I think I said this on a show before. I think there was a guy on one of the Facebook pages that went through all the checklists from 2014 and figured out that Chris Bryant had over 300,000 autographs just on cards in products.
Wow.
I don't know if that math was right. I'm giving out numbers here, but I believe it was over 300,000 autographs.
I mean, it's my understanding that they, they'll FedEx them, like a box full of stickers, and then they just sign them and send them back, and then Topps has them, and then they're putting them on the cards, from the various different years, but they still have some signatures back. They probably have tons and tons of, old timer signatures that they're still building up, that they can put in future product.
Now, here's the thing. How do they know that they actually signed them if they're doing the FedEx thing?
Great question.
Usually it's an attestament. Like they have
they have to sign and swear.
Yeah, it's like an affidavit kind of thing. It's part of a contract. Yeah,
I got you.
Somebody witnessed it. Or
that makes sense. Because usually Topps will say, that they witnessed the signature.
Right. And you can have like one of their representatives or a notary or something like that watch.
So. Well, if you're given an affirmation, I mean, come on, man, that's good enough for me. I could live with that, but I just think that's pretty amazing how much these guys sign, which could kind of segue us to our next thing, which is Jofer. Obviously he's passed away since our last episode, and that was very tragic. But like a lot of guys, he's not going to sign anymore. And I hear a lot of people signing or saying that his autograph stuff is going to go back down. I don't know, man. Do you think Jofer, he had enough of a time, if he had a big enough impact, that his stuff is going to stay at a high level value? Because I think he does.
I don't know. I can just base it off of what I've seen with other players in the past, and usually, I mean, there is a spike after the event. There's a spike in the prices, and then they kind of
but what players
and settle off. I mean, talk about any of the players that have, recently.
But like the guys that have died, like Ernie Banks and Yogi Berra, like they're 150 years old.
But even if you look at the newer guys, even like the more modern players that have passed away recently, from car crashes or whatever,
Tavares, Oscar Tavares.
I mean, but that's one example though. There's other guys, but it's like anything else. When they pass, even if they're an old timer, their stuff spikes. I mean, people will say,
"No, that does."
Let me go grab something because I really like that player, and it triggers this this notion in the collector's mind, and they go out on eBay and they go find the card and they buy it.
But what I'm saying is, okay, you take a guy like Willie Mays. His autograph can be Hank Aaron, is another good example, where obviously they're still alive, they're still signing, but their autographs go for a good bit, man. I mean, Willie Mays or Hank Aaron can still be $100 to $300, $500, depending on the product that it's in. Where a guy like Clemente, who died very tragically, and I understand that I'm not comparing necessarily Clemente to Jofer, but I am as I kind of bring it together, where Clemente autographs are $2,000, $3,000, $5,000. A really nice Clemente autograph can get way up there. I guess my question is, is he popular enough? Is his story, for lack of a better way of putting it, good enough that we're going to see that happen with him? Where, his autographs are spiking now. I understand that they may drop off a little bit, but as time goes on, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, is someone still going to are they going to pay big bucks for a Jose Fernandez autograph? And I say that because I think potentially with Jose Fernandez, the answer is yes. And that's not just, the emotion of the incident saying that. I think because of his personality, I think because he defected from Cuba and he has such a great story. I think because Tavares was a fine player, right? Like Tavares, he was good. Jose Fernandez, man, he was a badass. Right. He was a great player.
Look at his career stats against the Nationals in particular. It's beyond disgusting how good this guy. I mean, he's had some. I'll never forget sitting in my basement with my grandpop watching the Marlins. Do you remember that first 20 strikeout game? Did he have two or did he just have the one? The 20 strikeout performance.
I don't remember.
And it was just like he was so fired up, man, and you just got drawn to him right then, and then I think he touched a lot of people. I think because of the way he played the game. I don't think you see, he played the game like, not to use a hometown guy, like Chase Utley. I mean, he played really hard. Check out this thing. I think it's on this website they call YouTube or something. You can find Johnson's not even laughing. He probably has never heard of that site.
Never heard of it.
you remember that line drive Tulowitzki?
Oh yeah.
And Tulowitzki's jogging down. He's like, "Did you catch that?" And Fernandez is laughing. He's like, "Yeah." Like, oh man, you just don't see that too often anymore.
I mean, there's a lot of sentimental value, and I agree. And that's kind of why I was saying, I think it's going to drop off a little bit, but it'll still settle out. But I don't think his overall value is going to go for like what, down the road, like 20, 30 years from now, like what a Ichiro card would be, for instance.
Yeah, as much as I love Fernandez and I have pretty decent amount of them, I don't think so either.
Really? God, man. Like I said, maybe I'm just talking about like the emotion of the moment, but I just feel like his story, like, okay, like my all-time favorite player is Clemente. I never saw him play. My dad loved him. I saw him all the time, right? But because Clemente died the way that he did and the nature that he did, he's a god. He's like one of the baseball gods, right? Mm-hmm. So you have like Koufax and Ruth and, Mays and all of these guys. Clemente's not them as a player. Like, he was a great player. He was a league MVP. He got 3,000 hits. He was one of the first Latino players in the game. I'm not taking anything away from Clemente. He is not Willie Mays, dude. Like, he's just not.
Yeah, but see what it is that he has that passionate following that gives him that extra little bump and kicks him up into the next tier. And I understand, and that's what I get what you're saying about Fernandez is that he, even though he may get an extra little bump basically because of the social aspect of it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just look, the guy recently died, and I probably sound a little. Well, I don't know how I sound talking about monetary value, but I'm just looking at it down the line because, it's the same thing that happens every time the guy dies. You go on eBay, people take a $20 card. Now it's $120 and they buy them. People sell them. It's like Muhammad Ali or Bearer Banks or any of the other people that I mentioned. It's in the news. People who otherwise aren't paying attention are paying attention, and this stuff goes out and we know that it'll level off. But I think it was an interesting. Sorry, Edwin. Go ahead.
I was going to say, likewise, just keep in mind, this is the time all the scammers come out, too. As soon as one of these events go on, people are always looking to take advantage of the opportunity, with the fake autographs, the fake game use stuff. They try to flood the market with all kinds of material because they know people are going to be looking for it. And so, if you're out there looking on eBay and you see something that has like $100 price difference in it, you're more inclined to go after that kind of stuff. And there's still a lot of folks out there, scamming around these events, and so you have to buy very cautiously, even if you are buying, during this event time.
Sure. I don't know, man. Like I said, maybe it was just because it was so shocking, and obviously it was such a huge story. And like John, you were telling that story. I mean, I'm not going to pretend like I was some big Marlins fan who watched every start, but I loved watching that guy play. As a baseball fan. Like, I loved Jose Fernandez. Like, he was fantastic. And, you just kind of assume he's going to be around. But then I started thinking, like, 20, 30, 50 years from now, like, are people still going to care about Jose Fernandez? And I hate to admit, I think you guys are right. I think there are a few players that could happen with. Like, if Trout died, man. Like, I think Trout would be a god.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I think they'd make him a Hall of Famer. Like the dude's WAR is like 9 every year. I think they would take the tragedy of the circumstance, put all of his stuff together, and be like, you know what? Let's put him in the Hall of Fame, and then like all of Trout's stuff would spike. But then I think it would stay pretty consistent, and I think 50, 60 years from now, people would still remember Mike Trout, and it kind of makes me sad that that's not the case for Jofer.
Because he didn't get enough years, man. He didn't play enough seasons. That's why.
He just didn't play enough seasons to where that would be the case. But this isn't a knock on Tavares, but I think he's different than that too. Like, I don't think he's at a Trout level, but I also think he's a guy that his stuff is going to carry on for some time. And I think it's particularly because of his defection from Cuba, and along with his play on the field.
I think a lot of it has
who
to do
knows?
With, I think a lot more of it has to do with his passion and how fan friendly he was, and that people could actually relate with this guy and see that he's more than just a robot that goes out there, throws a ball or swings a bat. That, you know, he had feelings, he loved the game, he enjoyed the game. And I think that's evidence when you see D. Gordon and how much emotion he had after he hit that home run, and all the tributes that they did and the tributes around Major League Baseball. And he was just so much more than a baseball player, man. He was a good guy, man. He was something that every kid should model himself after.
Yeah, for sure, man. I was listening to Levitard this week, and he made the thing about Barry Bonds. How like Barry Bonds would just like light up with Jofer. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because I've been following Bonds his whole career and his whole life, and the guy's a prick, man. Like, he just is. But then around Fernandez, he just seemed like everyone else, which was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
To watch, like, if you're a fan of Bonds. So, I mean, you know, not that that's obviously the greatest tribute out of all of them, but I did listen to that when that came out. So
I wonder if D. Gordon used one of Barry Bonds' bats to hit his 8th career home run off of that 85-mile-an-hour meatball that Bartolo Colon probably let him know. Listen, I'm throwing you one. It's going to be 82. It's going to be middle in. You have a Barry Bonds bat. You're putting it in the upper deck.
Barry Bonds bat.
You're putting it in the upper deck. Make sure that the cork doesn't fly out of the top after you hit it, and send it into the wood chipper, please.
Are you insinuating that Barry Bonds used a cork bat?
No, he probably never did anything like that. Just needles.
Get out of here.
Brian, I just had to get you a little riled up.
Oh, dude, I'm like red. I'm like starting to get, like, I'm actually sweating. I'm going to take my sweatshirt off.
I accomplished my goal.
I'm actually sweating right now.
Just needles. No cork bats. Strictly needles.
You know, I don't have a problem with the needles. I don't care about that. But to say the man used a cork bat is outrageous.
No, I said forever. The guy would have been a top 5 player of all time had none of these allegations ever come down. I mean,
top 5?
Yeah, top 5.
Oh, I think Bonds is the greatest player ever. You know that. I think that.
Yeah, but you can't. I think all those arguments, and I respect your opinion, but all those arguments go out the window with the PEDs, man. I love the guy. I thought the guy was phenomenal. Undebatable, whether you liked him as a person or not. But, man, the PEDs are – it's like no bueno, man. Persona non grata.
Edwin, I know you've heard us talk about. I mean, you've certainly seen my commentary on it, so I won't drudge it up. But I will ask you, because you're normally in the shadows looking at these conversations take place. So just put it out there just a little bit. I won't interrupt. I promise. Where are you on that?
My name is Bennett, and I'm not in this conversation. No, I mean, it's it's an age-old debate, you know. I mean, there's going to be people on both sides, and personally, as far as when you're evaluating players, I think you have to take that into consideration. The drug usage, the performance stuff. But other than that, I mean, I don't know. I mean, usually the conversation turns into the Hall of Fame and should somebody be in or not, based on the PED stuff, and it's just going to be debated.
Would you take Babe Ruth, 2 hot dogs, and a Coca-Cola, or would you take Barry Bonds and a syringe of HGH? Because I know which one I would take.
No, that's not
my team.
That's not fair, though. That's not fair.
Why?
Why isn't it fair?
Yes.
Because
why is it not fair?
Because you're not allowed to use syringes and PEDs.
No, you're not allowed to use them now, but you were when he was playing.
You were?
Absolutely.
You were allowed to take steroids?
Not steroids. These are different things. And this is where we start to get into this debate. Human growth hormone and anabolic steroids are very different things.
Okay, do you know you're not
Both are used in medicine, by the way.
I'm not. I've got this from one of the most avid fans that I know. Do you know these players are not allowed to drink Red Bull before the game?
Sure. Now, right.
Okay.
Because I can't remember what's in it, but I know what you're talking about.
But we're saying, right. We're talking about a drink that you can go into your local grocery store and purchase that they're not allowed to drink because of you know, it can enhance your performance above your normal talent level. Do you think so? We're supposed to be okay with? I'm just saying. I'm
okay. Here,
it's not pure, man. It's just not. Baseball is a really pure game.
I got you, but here's the thing, and this is my go-to argument on this, which is technology changes, medicine improves. Drugs are drugs, man. When you wake up in the morning and you eat a big plate full of spaghetti because you're carb loading so you can perform better, it's no different than taking a pill so you can sleep, or you can, take any assortment of drugs for any maladies or ailments that you might have, or you need hydration, so you drink Gatorade, like all these different things that you do because you want to get the best performance you can on the field. And I know that right now, human growth hormone and certainly anabolic steroids, which have horrible side effects, they're banned in the game. But dude, in the future, I'm telling you, human growth hormone is gonna be like LASIK surgery, not for performance enhancement, but mainly for recovery from injuries, dude.
But don't you think at some point you got to set a boundary, though? Like it can't be all or nothing. They can't have like people, injecting like nuclear material in their elbows so they can throw better, pitch better. I mean, there's got to be some boundary or something at some point, where you say, okay, here's what's allowed and here's what's not allowed. And that's kind of what they're trying to do. And, they have to work those things out over time.
I mean, this man's head blew up to the size of a spaceship. No, I'm sure, and I'm one of the people that's like super pro Barry Bonds. And this argument isn't against Barry Bonds. I think he was an unbelievable player. It's against all of the things that, come with the performance enhancement. How many home runs would we even be having a conversation about who the greatest home run hitter of all time is if Babe Ruth was injecting himself with this stuff? Seriously.
Probably not.
Okay. So, I mean, the playing field's not even,
Well, dude, you already know all the arguments on that side of the thing, so I'm not going to go down them. But I guess, I'm not saying anything that you guys don't already know. I don't have an issue with it at all. Because here's the thing, there are plenty of guys that took HGH and they never made it out of AAA.
Yeah, but Brady Anderson took it. He hit 50-something home runs. He got a gajillion-dollar contract, and he couldn't hit his way out of a brown paper bag after they said no mas. You can go down
anomalies. There's no doubt about that, man.
Lenny Dykstra. We could go on. There is a lot more. Think about the financial liability that the teams had when they paid these guys who were taking these performance-enhancing drugs, and I'm certain that they knew they were taking them, but think about the financial loss that these teams endured to pay these guys that were marginal players, and now they're paying them like superstars. I mean, it just affects.
The Phillies won a World Series.
What World Series? Who was on HGH on the Phillies?
I'm sorry, the Blue Jays beat them.
Yeah.
Mitch Williams. We'll blame Mitch Williams. Don't blame steroids.
Friggin' Mitch Williams. God, it's a freaking wild thing.
Didn't he get terminated again from another job? I think he did. Dude, Mitch Williams is Kenny Powers. Like, I think that the character of Kenny Powers is somewhat attributed to Mitch Williams. I do. A little bit.
Oh, my God. Mitch Williams.
Dude, the guy's a train wreck. I think he got drunk again, and they kicked him off of
Dykstra's worse. Dude, Dykstra's worse. Dykstra is the all-time worst.
He is a really creepy scumbag, man.
We had this man who – I'm not even going to get into it, but this man was advising people on their finances. Come on. This guy has my daughter's IQ is probably in the same level as Lenny Dykstra. Come on.
I agree.
Come on.
I agree. Yeah, wasn't Darren Dalton a psychopath too, though? He did something where he attacked his wife with a hammer. I shouldn't just willy-nilly be saying this. I should look this up.
I don't know. I know Philly fans love him, so I don't know if he was attacking anyone with a hammer, but it wouldn't surprise. He's from Philadelphia. He lived here for a large portion of his life. It could have happened. We're maniacs, right?
People in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
No, you guys are rational. You guys are going to the Super Bowl. It's fine.
I love it.
It's fine. I'm sure you're going to the Super Bowl. It's all good.
Hey, did you? Breaking news. Did you see Ben's not playing tonight?
No, get out of here.
I'm telling you, it just
Playing,
came
he's
across the
fine.
screen. He just got caught trying to pick up another hooker.
Get out of here
I'm kidding.
with your stuff. All right. If you look it up, there's an article that says, Department, is Darren Dalton crazy? From Philadelphia Magazine. This seems like a reputable article. I'm going to look this up.
How did you find this? I never even. I mean, how did you even know that happened? I don't even remember.
Let's see. Standing in hotel lobby, staring out large open doors. When he turns to me, I see his jaw swollen, his face misshapen. A tooth was chipped. I don't know. I'm gonna have to read this later.
How did we go from Barry Bonds to Hammers?
Well, I don't know, dude. I think the hammer attacking the wife thing. If we were actually a reputable news agency, we would probably have to print a retraction.
Wait,
at some point.
Ryan, what's this?
Since I'm an idiot in a basement, no one cares.
Tell Brian, what's this? And what do we say on Sundays for the Eagles?
Touchdown, Eagles!
Man, she was saying that a lot on Sunday, wasn't she, B?
Ooh.
Dude, here's the thing. I don't hate the Eagles because whatever, they don't win a lot. The point is that I think you guys have a gem in Carson Wentz, and I'm not going out on a limb with that one.
Dude, it's the defense, man. Look, I love Wentz too, but seriously, if you take all the emotion and just love for Philadelphia that our fans tend to have, just look at it from a purely football standpoint. I want to see how he plays in a 3-point game in the fourth quarter, one way or the other. Dude, I'm not taking anything away from it all. I love Carson Wentz, but it takes a lot of pressure off, man, when you got a defense that's playing that well, when you're playing with a lead. You know what I'm saying? We'll see,
Dude,
man.
I do.
We'll see.
No, yeah, there's a lot.
You
don't hear a lot of we'll see out of Eagles fans.
Yeah.
Speaking of rational fans,
Does that mean
your Cowboys might have found a quarterback as well.
I know. Yeah. This is a tough time of year for me, man. You got the Orioles still playing, and you got the Cowboys playing, and so it's juggling back and forth. But yeah, considering the circumstances,
Ryan Howard's going away party today, man. It's kind of a sad day here. His career as a Philly is over, man.
How much did Ryan Howard make in his career? I'm going to say $150 million.
No, what? Dude, the last contract he got was astronomical. In his career? Oh, God.
I want to see how much Ryan Howard made to hit under 200 this year.
20-something million dollars.
Wow.
So this year, he's going to finish at 199 batting average. That's a way to finish off the career.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, he made, to bat 199, he made $25 million.
It's the injury, man. That injury killed him.
And for his career, he made $155,255,000. But he'll get a $10 million buyout. So he made $165 million in his career.
Wow. It seemed like more than that. I guess he only got that one big contract.
Well, yeah, he didn't play long, dude. Like, his career is actually pretty short.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
2004 to he played 13 years, which, that's a long time, but it's not Derek Jeter.
Yeah, but he's also had 4 really rough years in a row now.
Well, let's see here. He did hit 25 home runs this year. But, yeah, he led the league in strikeouts 3 years ago, 190. He'll end with 382 home runs. But you know what? The Phillies won a World Series, man.
Yeah.
So,
and he was an integral part of it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, he was a huge part of it when the Phillies were good. It's amazing what happened to Philly going from, like, Cliff Lee and Holiday and Cole Hamels and Ryan Howard and Utley and Victorino and all these guys to, like, man.
It was all when they blew that lead. They blew that 4-0 lead with Cliff Lee pitching, and he was the Man, one of the best playoff pitchers ever, and then they lost to the Cardinals 1-0, and 1-0, man. They couldn't score. Bats went ice cold.
Yeah. I can't believe we're talking about the Phillies when the Orioles are going to make the playoffs.
Edwin's quiet, man. He's got to start speaking up.
They had a great game the other night in the rain and did a number on the Yankees, and they turned around and lost to the Yankees again. So
yeah, but they're definitely in the playoffs now, right?
Wild card.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the wild card, but it'll be in Baltimore against Toronto, right?
Yeah.
Dude, the one thing that the Orioles
when is
have
that
going
game?
for them, that bullpen, man.
Yeah, Britain, man.
Whew.
And O'Day. They're really good. I might have to go to this game.
Yeah. I'll have to look it up.
They have that same thing that the Mets and the Royals had last year, man. That back end of the bullpen that's just lights out, and if you get to the 7th inning, the game's over. You know, if they get to the 7th inning with a lead, if their starting pitching can hold up, the game is over. Over.
Dude, that makes me think about if the Yankees wouldn't have traded all their players away, if they would still be in it. Because they kind of kept pace, man. They just never got over the hump. But they're only like 3 games. I mean, they're going to finish like 3 games out. And they traded Miller and Chapman and Beltran and, a lot of good players away.
They kept Batantes,
But they got to haul back too, though, man.
Yeah.
Because Sanchez looks like the real deal.
They've had Sanchez. I know they got Gleyber Torres from the Cubs.
No, I understand. I'm just saying, like they're kind of like, but it gave Sanchez a chance to play.
Yeah, he does look like the real deal.
That guy, man, he's been a stud for them. But now I might have to. Now that I know that the O's are going to play, I think the game's on Wednesday. I'm going to see if I can get tickets to that, man. That'd be a lot of fun to go to that game.
That would be.
Yeah, I'd be super jealous.
I'm sure I could rile someone up on Facebook to go down there, man. Because that environment has to be crazy. Yeah. Like the Pirates ones in Pittsburgh, those have been insane. Like just they haven't always gone the Pirates' way, but the environment has been, crazy, man.
Yeah,
just a lot of fun. So I might have to check that out. All right, guys, I'm not keeping track of the clock. I don't know how long we've been on, but I think it's been a while.
Yeah, that was fun. Thanks, guys.
It was a good time. Had by all. We might have to pre-plan a little topics next time because I know this one was a little all over the place. But we got to do this, guys. We got to make it happen. For you guys that are following us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, Spotify, is that a thing? Vivo,
Twitch.
Oh, is it Switch or Twitch?
I don't know.
Edwin, Switch or Twitch?
Twitch. Send us a Snapchat.
Snapchat. Periscope. Periscope is a good one, right? That's going to be a new thing.
I thought that chat snap thing is where you go to find there's young kids and single women and I don't know, all sorts of stuff.
I thought that was Tinder.
Kinder?
Tinder.
Jess is yelling Tinder from the background. I wonder if she's a member of this site. Thank you for letting me know. Brian, do you have that prenup drawn up yet?
I of course. All I have to do is hit print. Change the date. Are you kidding me?
I love it.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. Be good. Go Birds.
Check us out on Tinder. Enjoy.